Hello, and welcome to our channel. Today we're going to be discussing a topic that has been on many people's minds lately: UK immigration. With Brexit and the ongoing pandemic, there have been a lot of changes to the way that people can enter and stay in the UK.
Under this new system, potential migrants will have to meet certain criteria before getting a work visa.
So, let's break it down and explain what's been happening. As the United Kingdom voted to leave the European Union in 2016, the country has been undergoing a major shift in its immigration policies. The decision to leave the EU has far-reaching implications, not only for the UK's relationship with the rest of Europe, but also for the way that people from other countries can enter and stay in the UK. The current pandemic has also created new challenges for the UK's immigration system, as the government has had to temporarily suspend certain routes of entry and reduce the number of flights to the country. In this video, we'll be taking a closer look at the changes that have occurred since the Brexit vote and the outbreak of the pandemic. And we'll be explaining what these changes mean for people who are looking to move to the UK. We'll also be discussing the potential future changes and the possible impact of them. Before Brexit, the UK was a part of the European Union, which meant that citizens of EU countries had the right to live and work in the UK without needing a visa. This was known as the free movement of people, and it allowed EU citizens to travel, live and work anywhere within the EU without needing to apply for a visa. This free movement allowed for EU citizens to move to the UK without a job offer and to live and work in the UK without restrictions. It also allowed for EU citizens to bring their non-EU family members with them to the UK without the need for a separate visa. However, that all changed when the UK voted to leave the EU in 2016. The Brexit vote was the result of a nationwide referendum in which the majority of voters chose to leave the EU. This decision had far-reaching implications for the UK's immigration system, as it meant that the country would no longer be part of the EU's free movement of people. This has led to a number of changes to the way that EU citizens can enter and stay in the UK. Since the UK left the EU, the rules for immigration have changed quite a bit. EU citizens now need to apply for settled status if they want to continue living in the UK. This process involves providing proof of identity and residence, as well as passing a criminal record check. The settled status scheme is open to EU citizens and their family members who were living in the UK before the end of December 2020. The scheme allows them to continue living and working in the UK without any immigration restrictions. The UK government has also introduced a points-based system for non-EU citizens who want to work or study in the country.
Ministers say the points-based system will shift the emphasis from low-skilled to high-skilled workers.
This system is similar to the one used in Australia and Canada, and it requires applicants to meet certain qualifications and language requirements. The points-based system is divided into 5 tiers, each with different requirements and restrictions. The Tier 1 Entrepreneur visa, for example, is for individuals who want to set up or run a business in the UK, while the Tier 2 Skilled Worker visa is for people who have a job offer from a UK employer and meet the minimum salary requirements. The Tier 2 Intra-Company Transfer visa is for employees of multinational companies who are being transferred to a UK branch. The Tier 5 Youth Mobility Scheme visa, on the other hand, is for young people from certain countries who want to live and work in the UK for up to 2 years. It's important to note that the UK's immigration system is constantly evolving, and new rules and regulations are being introduced all the time. Additionally, the UK government has announced plans to further tighten immigration laws post-Brexit, which could make it even more difficult for people to enter and stay in the country. The pandemic has also had a big impact on immigration to the UK. The government has temporarily suspended certain routes of entry, such as the Tier 1 Entrepreneur visa, and has also reduced the number of flights to the UK. Due to the pandemic and the associated travel restrictions, many people who were planning to move to the UK have had to put their plans on hold. Additionally, the suspension of certain visa routes and the reduction in flights has led to delays in processing applications. The government has also implemented additional health and quarantine measures for people entering the UK. These measures include providing a negative COVID-19 test before traveling and self-isolating for 14 days upon arrival. It's important to note that these measures are subject to change as the situation evolves, and the government responds to the pandemic. So, that's a brief overview of how immigration to the UK has changed since Brexit and the pandemic. It's definitely a complex topic, and there are still a lot of unknowns, but hopefully this video has helped to clear up some of the confusion. It's important to keep in mind that the UK's immigration system is constantly evolving, and new rules and regulations are being introduced all the time. If you're considering moving to the UK, it's a good idea to stay up to date on the latest developments. If you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to leave them in the comments below. Thanks for watching.